watura kita nagoro e yaronga ikuya konga mama te awa whenua tangata tai atu kia koe.
We're gathered here amongst the seagulls just to pay respects to our mate KT, Kevin Tamati, as he nears his departure for Australia. So the idea was just to gather here where he used to swim 2 kilometres every morning in his preparation for the Iron Māori, where he's been part of various waka ama groups. This is close to the home of the oldest rugby league trophy in the southern hemisphere, namely the Charity Cup, which was won by Ahuriri Rugby League from 1905 onwards. And so this place at Ahuriri is significant both to his tribe, Ngāti Kahungunu, and to our code and to our community at large.
Kevin joined Sport Hawke's Bay Board nearly 3 years ago to the day. He is a Ngāti Kahungunu representative, and when he was put forward as the iwi rep, we were thrilled to have someone with such mana join the board. Kevin has represented Ngāti Kahungunu with distinction. Not only does he have mana, but also an engaging manner that, despite his reputation of on-field antics, endeared him to many. Kevin's loss will no doubt be the Sunshine Coast gain.
One of the things I noticed about Kevin, he was very dedicated to what he did. And he certainly helped the younger generation with this game of rugby league, which was a dying sport earlier on, but it has become a little that way now. But one of the things I can say, if you need any help at all, it was great to be able to go to Kevin and say, look, this is the position. And he was able to give you some form of progress. The other thing that I knew about Kevin was that he certainly gave his all in many ways.
Those speakers that are going to be after me, I wish you well on your kōrero for Kevin, because there's so much that can be said about Kevin. But bro, let's get back to what you're really all about. You're the if most of you haven't really don't know too much about Kevin, I'm just amazed he hasn't really done an autobiography about himself, because he's probably one of the most recognised of our Māori players in New Zealand, one of the great immortals of New Zealand, of the game itself throughout the world. And I must say, ladies and gentlemen, I was over there at the World Cup in 2000. I was at one of his clubs that he played for over there, Warrington. I was able to meet a lot of these greats over there. Me and my wife were over there, and I had a grandson with me. I was over there watching my boy play in the World Cup, but Kevin managed to see us there. And we don't sort of do this sort of thing to our greats here in New Zealand, but whilst I was here, we sort of had these great English players around us, and they'll be having a cup of tea. They don't get into beer at half-time, but at half-time everybody goes and have a cup of tea, and Kevin will sort of walk past, and what they'll do with their cup of tea is they'll put their cup of tea down and look at Kevin, and they'll say, Kevin, and then they'll bow to him. And we saw this all night, and I mean, to me, that was really special.
Tika anō ngā mihi ki tēnei kahi kātea, ne? Koutou nā e whakanui ana i ai, ana mahi, ne? Ko te Grumpy Crow anei, ko nā ringa rau pā, ko nui nei nā ana hua, ki tēnei whenua, ki Ingarangi hoki. Ona mahi whānake rangatahi, he mea tino whakahirahira tērā. Tana aroha nui ki te Kēmuriki, oi māno te kite atu, ngā hua o ana mahi reira. Tana kaha ki te tui, ki te hono, mā te kite atu, ko koutou tēnā. Anō reira, tēnei nā e tū ana he māngai mo te whānau. Me te whakaaro nei, te mihi hoki, kia koutou ko manakitia tēnei. I tana wā i konei, o ngā tau e hia ki e mai nei muri. Ko tō hoki ko hara mai nei ki te mihi atu.
But mate, your contribution to rugby league, and certainly since you've been back in the Hawke's Bay working with my good friend Dennis O'Reilly, you've made a big contribution, mentoring, helping young people, and you're going to be sadly missed, Kevin, sadly missed. So just on behalf of all the rugby league family, I want to wish you all the best in your next journey. And you've certainly had a wonderful journey from playing, you know, in the local scene, then going to England. And I remember ringing me, you were going to be a butcher at one stage, but you threw that away. You thought it was too hard a work. But no, you're a good man and a much respected person in the rugby league fraternity. So I just want to wish you all the best, safe travel, safe journey. May the good Lord bless you.
Not being a person that sort of follows rugby and rugby league, I'm afraid. I knew the name, but I didn't realise the significance of his history. However, today when I was sitting around the council table, I said to somebody, oh, I'm going to pop over and say goodbye to Kevin Tamati. And they said, oh, where's he going? I said, to Australia. I said, oh, they'll never let him in. So I'm sure they will let you in, Kevin. I know whatever you've done through rugby league, and it's obviously been tremendous, you've really made a difference also in some of the more challenging communities in our city with the work you've done through CIAD.
I've got here an email from Greg Dowling. On finding that you're going to Australia, he emailed me because we're good friends, and he goes, bugger. But just on behalf of the Hapu of Ngāti Pōpō, to recognise your achievements over there, and knowing how difficult that was. And there was a lot of things that were started and need to continue. But without the leadership that you showed at Korongata, which included mowing the lawns, fixing the gates, putting the flag up, putting the flag down, and manning the pie, I think also in the kitchen, it's fitting and proper that amongst all of the mihis to you, the speeches to you, that Ngāti Pōpō has a voice.
Kevin, e hara koe te tāne. You're no ordinary man. He taumata whare koe. You are the peak of your whānau and the peak of your whare. E hara koe te tāne, you're no ordinary man. He taumata marae koe. You at the top of your marae. You've not only climbed to the top, you've become an exemplar and a role model and the dizzy heights that all the rest of us and all the rest of the next generation aspire to. Fame doesn't sit well with you. Attention doesn't sit well with you because you just get on with the job. No frills, no filibustering, no headlines, we're just there to do the work. You've been that for us before you went away and when you came back. The kuoka is an ordinary looking bird, looks a bit like that, and it does extraordinary things. And because you will be presented with the kahukura, he tuhu o te kuoka. Kuoka has the longest single flight of any bird in the history of the world. And you've been flying around the world, showing us these extraordinary things for a number of years, for a number of decades. Kanui ngā mihi, kanui ngā mihi, kanui te hari, kanui te ko. Tēnā koe, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou koutou.
Katona! Tui katona! Tui katona, tui kia koe tama! E kina koe, tui whakaro wakia! E kia toiki! E kia toiki! Ia ha ha! E tama te owana! E tama te maro! Ina o kia! Te reo te owana! E tama te ana! Saue! 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 Hei!
Katoa ia te koe ki te tohi nuku ki te tohi rangi. Kia hoi ai a koe ki te pūti ki whara, kia tia ai a koe ki te manire rangi te rau o tītapa, kia haere runga rā, haumi e hui e tai. I ranga hau a koe no tepo uri uri no tepo tango tango. I rā kai tia koe te piki ko te kū te rau o te tano te hui a tītama. Haumi e hui e tai. Whākine tamanga kupu o te riri, ngā kupu o tā whiti he me kā mau mai. Kā ka piti runga e, kā ka piti raro e, he po ka ngā luku, he po ka ngā rangi, pauhi i ko paurarama. Ti aho i roto marama i roto tēnei te pau. Te pau toko manua, te pau e nei kōrero. Hu i te ora, hu i te marama, whāno whāno, hora mai te toki, haumie, hui e, whaeki e.
It's been a wonderful journey as far as getting involved in our community and working with our communities and working with our rangatahi. So being here has been rewarding for me in returning from England with the tohu that I had, with the experience that I got from the UK. To be able to spread that knowledge and to assist our rangatahi here. And it's been great. One of the goals then that this community development mahi has taught me. Don't leave anyone behind. Work with everybody you can and enjoy everybody's offer of expertise, I guess. And I've thoroughly enjoyed the journey, so it's with a heavy heart that I say farewell.